You see, normally I get on my channel and I talk about a lot of things. Now, I worked a whole 12-hour shift today, but today I was in my comment section and I seen a lady. A lady talks to me all the time. Her name is Connie. Hi, Connie. Hi, Connie. This one is for you, baby. So what I'm going to do is, she liked the story about my sister and the chocolate milk. So I'm a tear this story down. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to unpack this story for you, Connie, because there's certain things that I didn't say in the first video that I'm going to do in the second video. So this is what we're going to do from this point on. Whoever goes to my channel and asks me about a story, I'm going to make sure that I unpack the entire story. Because see, on TikTok, you can only tell so much. But on YouTube, you can tell it all. So, Connie, get ready, baby. This one's for you. See, at the time of this story, me, Margaret, Monique, Bubba, and my aunt in the wheelchair Willie, stayed in these apartments. Now, where the apartments was, we could actually see my mom's house from our balcony. Because me and Margaret stayed on the second floor. Bubba and Monique stayed on the bottom floor. And my aunt stayed on the third floor. So if we went on our balcony, we could actually see my mom's house. And so this is what happened. Bubba and Monique had been together since my oldest nephew was 6 months. My oldest nephew right now is 35. So at the end of the day, he raised my nephew. So when he met him, Pete took a whole liking to Bubba. But Bubba was a hoe. I told y'all before. Bubba was a hoe. With Christmas time, ho, ho, ho. Bubba was a hoe. But at the end of the day, Monique knew that Bubba was a hoe. But Bubba started fucking with this girl that lived around the corner from us. But she knew who I was because she was in one of my classes at Longfellow. At the end of the day, what she did... See, at the time, Bubba had a friend. We're going to call his friend Stupid. Stupid and Bubba will always ride around in this car that they call the Green Lantern. Now, at the end of the day, he was down there messing with this girl that was in the projects down the street from my mom's house. So when he was messing around with her, she ended up pregnant. But when she ended up pregnant, she didn't know who she was pregnant by, but she wanted to be Bubba's baby mama. Because see, Bubba was the type of dude that he didn't have no job. He was a pharmacist. We're going to call him a pharmacist. You know, a street pharmacist. So she thought that because he was sneaking and geeking with her, that she was going to take him from my sister Monique. But see, Monique wasn't the type that actually put her business out there. People would try to unpack Monique, but it wasn't happening. Because as I told y'all before, Monique was a whole motherfucking mood. My sister never got upset. So see, Connie, when this was going on, Monique knew something was going on. We was walking to my mom's house one day. Me, Margaret, and Monique. We didn't have the kids. The kids was still, they was new kids. Okay, but at the end of the day, we was walking down to my mom's house. When we was walking down to my mom's house, the cigarette is in my damn face. When we was walking down to my mom's house, a car came past us. When the car came past, the girl on the passenger side was like, that's that bitch. That brought me and Monique and Margaret, we all pinned on the car, looking at the car. Now, keep in mind, she did have her own car. She was riding on the passenger side. She was a passenger seat driver. But she had the nerve to come to us and call Monique a bitch. So when I asked Monique, I said, Monique, how do you know that girl? She was like, I don't know her. She was like, I don't even know why she called me a bitch. She said, but that bitch gonna say it while she's in the car. This is how this story started. So she kept riding past and saying little shit out. Now, that was the first encounter that we had with her. Now, little did she know, she thought that we stayed at my mom's house. And keep in mind, I told y'all, my mom had a popular porch. So when she would ride past, she would look at my mom's porch looking for Monique. But one particular day, we was on my mom's porch. Monique had little Bubba with her. She was sitting on the porch, and this bitch slowed down and rolled the window down and told her, that's my baby's brother. I got a baby with Bubba. So when she said she had a baby with Bubba, just so happened Bubba pulled up. When Bubba pulled up, she slowed her car down. When she slowed her car down, he was pulling in front of my mom's house. When he got out the car, she was still saying stuff. He turned around and looked at her and told her, this ain't got nothing to do with you. I'm going to take care of you later on. That made Monique mad. That made me, Monique, and Margaret start focusing on Bubba. And then Stupid go get out the car like, oh, girl, you picked a good one. Because when the bitch pulled off, Me, Monique, and Margaret came off the porch and started walking towards the Green Lantern car. Now, keep in mind, Stupid was like, oh, no, he ain't messing with her. He don't know her. Stupid was the cat that he would always co-sign for Bubba. He didn't give a damn what Bubba did. Bubba was in the right. See, Bubba was the type that he had to have attention. But he didn't want the attention to be at his house. Now, keep in mind, he wasn't disrespectful because she never, ever disrespected my sister until the day of the fight. Now, at the end of the day of the fight, me, Monique, and Margaret and my aunt in the wheelchair stayed in these apartments. Monique on the first floor, I'm on the middle floor. My aunt on the third floor. Now, we was all staying there. We had stayed there for a while. She knew because Monique and them had a 4th of July party. She knew then that where Monique stayed at. So she would ride past and ride past and ride past. Now, see, by her staying down there in the projects, she thought she was somebody. She thought she was that stuff because Bubba, keep in mind, Bubba was a street pharmacist. And he wasn't a small one. He wasn't a big street pharmacist. He was like a street pharmacist apprentice. That we gonna say apprentice. That's what he was. But he kept money. He made sure that my sister's bills was paid. He made sure Monique had any kind of car, any kind of clothes, always had her hair done, and this and that and third. But at the end of the day, he still was a hoe. So he was messing around with this girl. She got a gang of girls with her. Now, we are all getting ready to go to the grocery store. Monique had called me early that morning and she was like, Monica, do you got to go get anything from Metro? I'm like, yeah. I said, you going? She said, yeah, I'm going. So we was getting ready to go to the grocery store. We had no idea of the outcome of this day. So once I told Margaret stayed with me. Once I told Margaret we was going to the store. So me and Margaret headed downstairs to Monique's them house. Now Monique them stayed right underneath us. Soon as we walked out the main door, going towards the sidewalk, we was coming down. Monique had turned around. Her and Bubba had passed words. He was standing on the balcony. They had passed words. She was getting in his car, not her car. We was going to drive the Green Lantern because keep in mind, the bitch was already mad that he was still staying with Monique. She was mad because he didn't leave her. She was mad because she was the side chick. That's why she was mad. So when she seen me and Monique seen the car get to the stop sign. Monique turns around, and before she get in the car, the bitch start hollering out the window again. But this time, Monique had a whole lot to say. So when she started yelling out the window, I turned around. Margaret turned around. Monique turned around. This is where the verbal argument started at. This bitch. So when they started passing words, she started calling Monique a bitch. Monique called her a bitch. She said, bitch, get out the car. Once Monique told the bitch to get out the car, she wouldn't. Margaret started running towards where the car was. Now, keep in mind, she was on the passenger side. The driver was there and 3 other girls was in the back. It was only me, Monique, and Margaret. And we started coming for them bitches. Because at the end of the day, you wasn't getting ready to do it in my sister's face. But then she called Bubba's phone. When she called Bubba's phone, can y'all remember when cricket phones first came out and you had to scratch the little thing off and put the number in the phone? He had a cricket phone. So how the fuck did she get that number and know where Monique stayed at? So Monique started getting in Bubba's ass. Now keep in mind, we hadn't made it to the car. They did a U-turn and came back. When they did a U-turn and came back, this is where we started passing words back and forth, back and forth. Y'all got to excuse me, honey, because listen, I'm excited about this motherfucking story because once Margaret started running down the sidewalk, now I got to tell y'all about Margaret. Margaret is the type that she ain't asking no questions. Margaret getting ready to go. So Margaret started running to the car. Monique told Margaret, don't run up on that car. When the bitch in the back of the car, in the back seat of the car, the bitch out the window starts saying, we gonna kick y'all ass and this, that, and the third, and we gonna fight by us, whoop. So we pass the words back and forth. Monique has on a big white t-shirt and some gray sweatpants, but they were shorts. She didn't have on a bra. Now keep in mind, Mary King gave us some big hoo-has, okay? But at the end of the day, not hoo-has, tatas. Oh my God. Listen, Monique had no bra on. Margaret started running towards the car. I told Margaret to stop. When we got close enough, Monique told her, bitch, meet me at Metro Market. She said which one. It was one on St. The whole time when we got in the car, Monique is telling us the plan. Now, this was the plan. If the bitches came up to the grocery store, we was going to stay together. Once we stayed together, we was just going to fight. Just like that. But, see, Margaret is the type of person, she's not going to listen to shit. Margaret is going to do what Margaret want to do. But see, I was the type, Monique was pushing the grocery cart. When she was pushing the grocery cart, we was steadily passing words back and forth, trying to see what was going on. Monique trying to put together what was going on between the bitch and Bubba, this baby and all this other stuff. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, they had took a DNA test. Once they took the DNA test, they hadn't came back. So this bitch had been claiming that Bubba had another baby by her. And she knew that Monique had just had little Bubba. So the fight was over that he was her baby daddy. In her mind, Bubba was the baby daddy. Girl, this is the part, okay? We get midway in the grocery store. When we get midway in the grocery store, you know when you go into the grocery store, you know they got those circular mirrors on the walls in the corners so they can see if you were stealing. Something said, look up. When I looked up, I seen the bitches when they started coming to the store. I tell Margaret, like, Margaret, they in the store. Monique like, Monica, we're going to stay together. Now, keep in mind, we still picking up stuff and putting it in the grocery cart. Connie, listen to what I say, baby. We had no idea what was getting ready to happen. We get to the back of the store. When we get to the back of the store, we see the bitches separate. When they separate, some of them went this way, some of them went that way, and the main bitch was coming down the aisle. When she was coming down the aisle, she was talking shit to Monique. They were steadily passing words. Meanwhile, I'm steadily in the middle. Soon as we get to the produce section, all the way in the back where the milk and the cheese and all that other shit is at, Monique she turned her cart around and she put it up against the counter where the milk was. So when we turned around, Margaret was gone. We didn't see Margaret. Monique called Margaret 3 times. And the way that my mom raised us was, we don't abandon nobody. We stay together. Regardless if win or lose, we don't leave our sister behind. That's our sister. I was ready to fight all these bitches behind my sister. So Monique started telling me, like, Monica, they getting ready to jump us. I was like, Monique, listen to me. We getting ready to fight. At the end of the day, once they started getting close, I started getting ready to get in my stance. I'd see the bitch talking shit, now the friends is talking shit. Keep in mind, these was ghetto bitches. They stayed in the projects, we didn't. The reason why they was mad was because of Bubba. So they tried to take it out on my sister, but we wasn't having it. As soon as we get to the produce section, all the way in the back where the milk and the cheese and all that other shit is at, Monique she turned her cart around and she put it up against the counter where the milk was. So when we turned around, Margaret was gone. We didn't see Margaret. Monique called Margaret 3 times. And the way that my mom raised us was, we don't abandon nobody. We stay together. Regardless if win or lose, we don't leave our sister behind. That's our sister. I was ready to fight all these bitches behind my sister. So Monique started telling me, like, Monica, they getting ready to jump us. I was like, Monique, listen to me. We getting ready to fight. At the end of the day, once they started getting close, I started getting ready to get in my stance. I'd see the bitch talking shit, now the friends is talking shit. Keep in mind, these was ghetto bitches. They stayed in the projects, we didn't. The reason why they was mad was because of Bubba. So they tried to take it out on my sister, but we wasn't having it. All I knew was that the bitches was ready to fight. So when the bitch came running up on me, I started fighting the first bitch. The bitch that was talking shit about Bubba, her and Monique started locking up. But because I was standing in front of the cart on the side, Monique was standing where the handle's at. The milk is right here. The bitch is coming from this side, headed towards my sister. Now, me and the other girl, we already tearing the aisle up. We still don't see Margaret. Keep in mind, it was 5 of them, and it was just 3 of us. So at the end of the day, we needed Margaret. At the end of the day, we started fighting. The fight was going on. The bitch turned and she hit Monique. When she hit Monique, Monique reached down in that motherfucking thing and she grabbed that chocolate milk. When I say, when she brought the chocolate milk up, all you can hear was boosh. Once that goddamn chocolate milk hit, she hit the bitch in the face with the chocolate milk is everywhere. Keep in mind, Monique had on a t-shirt. When the milk hit, it was milk everywhere. When I say we was still banging with these bitches, we was. All of a sudden, now keep in mind, they backs was to the aisle. You can see where we was standing at. I'm facing them. Monique is on the side fighting her. Now the milk is everywhere, so that made the floor slippery, and we still fighting. Once we started fighting, all I heard was y'all getting ready to try to jump my sister. Here comes Margaret. Margaret comes from the back of them with a jar of jalapeno peppers. She has put her hand down in the jar and she squeezed them and made them into mush and she rubbed them on her hands. Now keep in mind the milk is everywhere. Margaret, it comes behind the bitch that's I'm fighting. And when she took her hands, she brought her hands around to her face like this and opened up her eyes and rubbed her actual eyeball with her hand that had the jalapenos on it. Bitch, it was on. Margaret rubbed jalapeno peppers on everybody except for girl. Listen, when I say the lady on the mic, you know how they be. You got an hour and hour says this bitch get on the motherfucking mic like somebody get security because they fucking it up in the out. We fighting. When security came, they grabbed us. We covered in milk. They grabbed Margaret. The girls is hollering because their eyeballs is on fire because Margaret done rubbed the bitches. And she just didn't rub the eyeballs. She rubbed it all over. So you know how they was burning. It was going down. They put us out the motherfucking store. But when they put us out the store, the bitch that was saying that she had the baby by Bubba, she came back around and grabbed Monique by her t-shirt. Now keep in mind, my mother raised us to be like, let me see. I ain't taking no shit from nobody. When the bitch grabbed Monique's shirt, Monique dropped down and she took the shirt off. It's now she got big old bitties hanging out and she is fighting this bitch round two. And so by this time, Margaret called Mary King. Once Mary King hear that we done got to fight at Metro Market, Margaret telling them they calling the police. Mom and Eric get in the car. They get up to Metro Market. Monique don't have on no shirt. She covered in chocolate milk. I'm covered in chocolate milk. The bitches is on fire. It's going down. Dayton police is on the way. When my mother pulled up, Dayton police pulled up with them. So my mother pops out the car. My mother like, I don't give a fuck about none of this. Where is my kids at? Once the police pointed where we was at, Monique was standing with her arms folded, hold her boobs. I was standing there. I'm covered in chocolate milk. Mark covered in chocolate milk and jalapenos. The bitches is shining on fire. It was a mess in Metro Market. My mother got out. She turned to the police. She said, I don't give a fuck what you getting ready to do. I'm getting ready to take my kids up out of here. She was like, let's get ready to go. Soon as the police heard my mom say, it's time to go, they tell her, no. We got to find out. We need to talk. The police is trying to question Margaret. My mother turns around and she asks us in front of the police, did you kill them bitches? Now keep in mind, my mother is a dog herself. My mother told them, I don't give a fuck about nothing. She turned around in front of the police and asked us, did we kick their ass? Listen to me. Not only did we kick their ass, Margaret had set these bitches on fire. They was trying to arrest Margaret. They kept asking Margaret, did you mace them? Margaret turned around and told them, she was like, no. I put jalapenos on my hands. This is jalapeno peppers. She was like, they told Margaret, they gave us a court date. Once we got to the court date, it was a whole big mess. But I think that if it was you and a bunch of bitches jumped in your face, what would you do? We kicked their ass that day, but the auto lotto was like 6 or 7 weeks after that. They get the D.N.A. test. The D.N.A. test tells them that 99.9% this is not his baby. So all this shit was because she thought she was pregnant by Bubba. But Bubba was the reason why we got into this fight. Now keep in mind, they kicked us out of Metro Market. We was not allowed to go back to that Metro Market. But at the end of the day, this story here means a lot to me, Connie. And because it means a lot to me, Connie, I had to retell the inner part. I'm going to tell the inner parts. Pick a story. I'm challenging y'all to pick a story on my channel, and I'm going to talk about it. Because at the end of the day, baby, listen, a sister is something that is so miraculous. My sister is gone, but my sister is in my heart. At the end of the day, I wouldn't let nobody put their hands on my sister. Stupid. I got to tell y'all, girl, wait till I tell y'all about stupid. Stupid. So as you see, these stories is about my actual life. Everything, these are events that mean a lot to me. And so because y'all asked me so much about stories, I'm going to tell y'all the inner part that I couldn't tell y'all in the original story. So like, comment, and subscribe. And I thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. And Connie, this was a good story. So at the end of the day, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.